Hello, my name is Dante Renee, and welcome to the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more. Like tonight's film, this is 2005's Unholy. 2005's Unholy. And here it is, folks. I do not believe this got a theatrical release, but this got put straight to DVD. And yes, you will see an autograph by Adrienne Barbeau, who was in the film. And actually, as a side note, when I went to meet her at a convention to sign this movie right here, this was the only film she did not have on her table because she said she basically hated this movie. She, didn't have them. She had every film like she was in at her table except for this one. And I almost had to kind of convince her to sign it, and I told her how much I loved and adored this film. This is Unholy from 2005, and we're going to get into this, folks. We also have a guy named Nicholas Brendan in here who's in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's the guy Xander from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He's in here as well. Let's get into this movie, folks. This is a really, to me, fascinating diamond in the rough horror film that is unlike anything that I've seen before. The first time I ever heard about Unholy was in a Rue Morgue magazine issue at about 2005, probably about 2004, 2005. I have some notes here, so you're going to see my eyes divert. Let's get into this extremely unique film. This is what Unholy has within it, folks. Time travel, invisibility, mind control, Nazis, suicide, witches, a cemetery of children, snowy cold exteriors, a piano, an old record player, necromancy, lies and truth and secrets and the unknown, possession, the government, a produce store that is one of the weirdest, most surreal produce stores I've seen. Adrienne Barbeau's character in this film is a lead character. She's a huge role, so it's not just like some kind of we're getting an old a major horror actress and she's going to be in the film just for a few minutes. No, she's playing a lead role in Unholy. The music in this film is non-stop dark and troubling, and emotional and oppressive and scary and atmospheric orchestrated piano, electronic tinges of darkness, reoccurring nightmarish sounds, scary records, professional and elaborate, and we even have some rap music and metal music in here as well. Unholy is so interesting. I mean, it has the surreal and the unknown. And if you know me at all, I always say that the most horrific things to me are the unknown and movies that reflect the unknown. But the surreal and the surreal and the unknown are also reflected in the editing style of this film as well. We have reflections and slow motion and weird, effective, early CGI. Yes, weirdly effective. Fast nightmare editing as well. There's this amazingly dark and scary, I think it's in the trailer, if you look up the trailer online, this shot of this old woman in a house with sheets hanging around her, blowing around her in a tunnel. This is a movie where you never know what is happening next. Now, this is 86 minutes long, and you never know what is happening next to me. It sucker punches you nonstop. There are hardcore shifts in the story and changes in the story, in the editing, in the style, in the feeling. We have some really heartbreaking scenes in here. We have some bizarre characters, bizarre acting, and at times, and we have a film that does not follow anything linear in regards to the surreal nature of the film and what is actually going down in here, the questions that you, the viewer, have, and the questions that the people within the film also have. You know, I've never seen a story like this before in any movie, in any horror film, but in any movie in general. They have mixed so many things in here, and it just becomes more and more weird, more oppressive and scary and dark. You know, when I revisited this film again recently, it really kind of disturbed me, and I forgot how troubling the movie was. There's a darkness to this film that pervades the 86 minutes. Get ready, because you know the sound design of the movie is incredibly haunting and dark. And it's in the weirdness and it's in the unknown of this movie that also causes the nightmares to unfold as you watch it. This movie is bizarre. It's surreal. It's unknown, weird, and it's violent with some gore. It has language that is creepy and oppressive. It's like an 86-minute non-stop nightmare. It's low budget, but it's wild. It has a wild look, and this is a wild film. 2005's Unholy is, to me, it's a diamond in the rough within the horror worlds, but it's really kind of the type of horror film that would really only appeal to people who like their horror unknown, who like their horror surreal, and very, very weird. We have the aspect of a broken family in this film, very strange artwork, and we have the aspects of the horrors of the variety of rooms within a house, within your own house, and the horror of the winter, the horror of a basement, and of areas that have not yet been explored. What people are saying in this film is serious. They're saying it seriously. The story is serious. And it's so wild. It's so like, what the F am I watching? That it just makes it that much more dark, that much more nightmarish to me. This is 2005's Unholy. Wow. Rewind and listen to that list of things that I said again at the beginning of the movie. Here it is, folks. 2005's Unholy, starring Adrienne Barbeau, who signed it for me but didn't like it. Thank you so much for watching the 10 Room Bizarre YouTube page, where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more, like 2005's Unholy. Please feel free to check out my own personal films at youtube.com/poopy diarrhea. That's POOPY diarrhea. Thank you so much, and good night.